Hi. For the last several weeks, I've been posting images of pantries and kitchens and large, butler's pantries, some wonderful stuff, just inspiration. I have 5 of these drawer bases and 10, so 15 in total of these cabinets that used to be on this wall, all over there. I'm still in transition, not finished moving other stuff. So 2 of them are staying in what is our family room, living room. We don't have a separate living space. There's a living room in this house, but it's our dining room actually. So this that whole wall of cabinets was the pantry and storage. These are not the best cabinets. We bought them years ago instead of me buying kitchen cabinets or building before I started that redneck kitchen remodel that I did several years ago. So they got moved over here. My husband did the bracing, and the vintage luggage looks so much better than the plastic large totes, and a lot less cumbersome to get them down, and they all have lightweight stuff in them. And I took pictures of it and put that in a special folder so that I know what's what. This is eventually that will be books and games. As I shuffle things around some more. This area is supposed to be a dining room. Let's see. Try not to look at the other mouse. I'll go around this way. That is supposed to be a pantry, but it's laughable. I installed those wire shelves on the door, and this little space, which barely, the shelves that were on there was their pantry, and then more of a closet, because this is access to the hot water heater that's along that wall there. It has to come out, so you can't put shelves. And this is also our storm emergency area. There's a couple of chairs. We have to move things off of the chairs so we can sit in there, because last time we had a tornado warning. This was the safest place to go into, and getting off the floor after sitting there a long time was not easy for someone my age, even though I'm probably a lot more limber than a lot of people my age. But anyway, here's the other cabinets. This one I'm setting up like a baking, and like I said, these are cheap cabinets. This is all compressed wood. I'm glad it wasn't all white. They have the light, I think birch, it's supposed to be birch. But this one, even before we moved over here 5 years ago, started bowing out. So the drawers, and this drawer used to be there, so I put this little thing, pull up on handle, otherwise it would fall down. I added these giant popsicle sticks. I added them to each inside the slide, so that it came in a little bit, and now the drawers aren't falling out. I should have done that ages ago, but I did that this morning. This is going to be baking. That was in the bottom drawer. What did I put in there? See, I already forgot. It's empty. So a lot of my cake stuff. Use that more for deviled eggs than anything else. And each of these doored cabinets came with 2 shelves. You can see this is upside down because over time, in the humidity here, they will bow. And what I like to do is have the shelves upside down, so when you're looking, you're actually seeing the white instead of seeing this. You can see where from the other thing. Latest oven canning. I'll make a video of that one day. Deer stock that we've been drinking, just trying to use up things and making room. And this house, it's got some really odd stuff. The light switches, so we wanted to make sure we still had access to that, so I couldn't put this cabinet facing this, putting 2 of them like this, because then we couldn't access the light switch unless we did something funky, because most houses in the living room, especially if there's a exit out of this house on the other side of that room, there's normally a light switch, a 2-way switch, so that you can turn it on and off from either end of the room. They didn't do that. The wiring in this place is really weird. So we have long pull chains on the ceiling fan that's in the center of the room, so we can turn the lights on and off from there. So these switches, I just need to tape them up because sometimes they get bumped. This door opens all the way. Yep, and I just turned the light. See what happened? So if I tape it down, put a little some sort of spacer, then it'll keep it pushed that way. This is the only door I damaged. I messed up the hinge. See how it's got bent? I try to hammer it back in place, but it's still a little bit off, and it does that. So, and the drawers come out. Whoops, see, no. That isn't as bad, but I can put the spacers in there. Vacuum sealed dry goods. I use a hand brake bleeder pump to vacuum seal. I got a video on that. See? So, and you don't, please do not oven can beans. You won't be able to, I can take these beans out and it won't be 100% germination, but it will germinate and I could grow plants from these seeds. You oven can them, and the heat is what helps you seal these. They will never grow. You kill them. You basically cooked them all. But I vacuum seal, and when you do this process, you don't have to, if you get flour, any dried goods, and you're just going to put them in a jar, you need to freeze this, because they all have bugs. I'm sorry, it's gross, but they all have bugs. Didn't come off before, now it does. So they all have bugs, and vacuum sealing, these are years. Some of these are before we moved here 5 years ago, and there have been no bugs, nothing has hatched in them. The vacuum sealing, the pressure, the air pressure will destroy whatever is in there, kill it. This should go here, but these jars, these are Martha Stewart jars. And I've decided that canned goods, this is cornmeal. This is actually gluten-free flour here, I think. I didn't label because everything was labeled this way. And now when I move things around, I try to keep it some sense to it, but I'm sure I failed. So anyway, I've decided that quart jars for the most part will not have anything but dry goods. And I've got a lot of quart jars because I thought that's what trying to do things in bulk. It's a lot easier to seal up one of these than two of these, time-wise and effort-wise. But now, definitely stock is going to go in pint jars. We found that this is salsa, but soup, we found these pint and a half or 12-ounce jars are perfect one-serving sizes for soup. It's not overly, especially if you have a little something else to go with the soup. A pint is too much, a half pint is not enough. So they are perfect for, so I've been trying to stock up on these. I didn't do it this year, but the last year and the year before, I hunted these all down and bought all I could find that locally. And I found 4-ounce jars is perfect for doing bacon bits. These are bacon bits. I did a whole bunch earlier this year when I ran low of the previous batch. And I went overboard. I also canned a lot of chicken thighs when the Rayford Farms had that sale, and I got way too much and froze what I could fit in the freezer, and the rest of it I deboned and canned the meat. So I got lots of just chicken ready to go. Where are they? Not in here. So organic grits. Got a 50-pound bag of that several years ago, and that is the best grits I have ever had too. It's always creamy. It never has any of the stuff that never cooks, no matter how hard you do. This is supposed to have been the Korean or Asian thing, but it's because, here's some of the chicken that I did. These are gizzards. I'm the only one that eats it, and this is always tender now that, because it's raw packed. And some store-bought meats. And see, I'm still moving things around. I'm not done. I try to put lighter weight stuff up top for obvious reasons, because if I'm on a stepladder accessing those, I don't want to hurt myself. I buy in bulk. Ordered that off of Amazon. We used it for a birthday party of a friend's daughter, and love these containers. And so I will use them for freezing. Stepladder I want to keep in here somehow, or in the closet close by. But this is the back of that, and that's where the outlet was over here behind me, where this cabinet was, and it just it never looked good. I put curtains to cover it, and then when you had to act, it was just a pain. So I like this much better. I'm so happy with this. It doesn't look great yet. I'm still not done. Hopefully by the end of this week, all that will be cleared away and you can actually access the door. This won't have tools on it. My table, it may have to just go away. I don't think I got room for this table. It's never ending. I even thought about putting the books into the living area, and then more kitchen stuff, just having this as an extension. This is a walk-through kitchen, which I hate. It's the work triangle is messed up. Our refrigerator is too big to fit in the space, so we have our upright freezer over there. I'm thinking about maybe putting the freezer over here and extending the cabinetry over and getting full cabinets instead of that above the kitchen cabinet thingy. I'm getting ready to redo my countertops with special paper, not contact paper, different brand, and at least doing the base cabinets for now, and then eventually doing the upper cabinet. So there's a lot of things. Again, all these little projects I'm doing to myself. I've got a bunch of these vintage stools. I may just go ahead and take them to the yard sale, because as much as I like them, and I was wanting to do some really cute things with them, if they don't have a table to go to, then there's no point. If you can see, I try to raise this normally regular table to bar height. So you can see everything spread out everywhere. And this is all stuff for getting ready for the yard sale. But anyway, it's progress. I got the last doors put on. I'll get them. I hadn't cleaned these off yet. Been cleaning as I go. I really like these cabinets. I have in total a little over $600, because I got a great deal on these. So I jumped on it, and I spread it out over 2 pay periods so it didn't hit us out, hurt our budget. And then of course that kept me busy assembling and then redoing some stuff in the home. So 300, a little over 300 in two separate months, so that we were able to do that and not really kill the budget, and gave us a lot more storage, because even though the previous place is actually smaller, it had more storage than this place, but it still didn't have enough storage for me. So I would like eventually to just tear this all out. I would like to actually have 2 tankless water heaters, one over here for our bathroom, and one over for the kitchen and guest bathroom. So that is that overkill? Maybe, but I think that would work. That would work out best. Definitely one over here, because our bathroom is right down on the other side over there, and it's a decent sized bathroom, so we can actually put a tankless water heater depending on anyway, another project. And then we could get all 15 cabinets against one wall up here, and it would be part of the kitchen. That would go away, of course. That would probably go into the first set of cabinets. And if you look up there, this is what my husband, he is definitely more safety and he's got more strength. So he was up on a ladder, 8-foot ladder going, and he attached the cabinets together. This one had nothing it could really attach to. So that board is screwed onto the top and then it attaches against the wall over there. So that one doesn't, when I was coming up here, I had to be very gentle of how I would open the door. I would press against the other door so that it could not wobble toward me. But now it's sturdy. I can, it's not shaking even. So that's my pantry. Thanks for joining me. What do you think? Crazy? Be a blessing and be blessed.